Yo, what's good, y'all? You dub back here again in 2020, bringing y'all another team deathmatch. Now, this is a special one. This is a really special one because both these teams have multiple iterations. They have a lot of characters on the roster. The Defenders a hell of a lot less than the Avengers, and some of these, well, pretty much every single one of the Defenders have been Avengers at one point. But here's the thing. We picking specific ones. The Avengers versus the Defenders. Now, let me just say this about the Defenders. Even though there's a more potentially longer running you can say roster, like Hellcat's not on here. All right. And there's a lot of reasons why Hellcat's not on here, but no disrespect to her, but I picked the original four defenders and put them with the new four defenders. Whether you go with the Netflix TV series or you kind of go with the whole comics aspect of that. So that's where I'm going at. But as far as the Avengers, we have Captain America, Steve Rogers, Thor, of course, Ant-Man. We talking about Hank Pym. We not talking about them other. No. We talk about the OG, the original. All right. Wasp, Janet Van Dyne. Black Panther, T'Challa. Sentry, Robert Reynolds. Big one there. Iron Man, Tony Stark. And we'll go with Falcon. Okay. We'll go with Falcon in this one. Again, you could have said Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. You could have said Vision. Listen, bro, there's a lot of ones. I picked these ones specifically because at the time that I was doing this, I was picking some of the old originals as well as some of the key figures at the time. Like I said, the Avengers roster is different now. There's like Doctor Strange is in there, all right? So it's crazy. It's a constantly rotating roster. So bear with that. Now, on the defender side, we have Namor the Submariner, Dr. Stephen Strange, the Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner, Dr. Bruce Banner, the Silver Surfer, let's go, Luke Cage, aka Power Man, Daredevil, Matt Murdock, Iron Fist, Danny Rand, and Jessica Jones herself. Let's get it. I believe it's 8-on-8, if I remember correctly. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, boy. So as we always do, there are 3 categories, and under each category, there are a few different subcategories. As always on my videos, we start with the attack category, beginning with physical strength. That's right, how much you can lift, things of that nature. This is an interesting one because Sentry is a powerhouse on the Avengers. I think he's physically, well, no, you have the Hulk. The Hulk and the Sentry are pretty much on par. But then, of course, you have Thor. Iron Man has some great lifting strength with his suit. Black Panther, no chump. Luke Cage is okay. Silver Surfer is interesting because of the power cosmic, but we talking just strength. Just strength because of the Sentry and Thor. The Avengers edge it out. Everybody else besides the Hulk is like whatever for the most part. Of course, Doctor Strange has mystical spells. Like Silver Surfer can do things. They can pretty much enhance themselves. But because of Thor and Sentry, I gotta give it to the Avengers on just raw physical strength. Now, combat speed. This is an interesting one. Sentry is no joke when it comes to speed. Thor's okay. Iron Man's in that okay field. Doctor Strange, he's a wild card. As if you remember my Justice League versus Avengers video, you know that to be true. But I mean, Silver Surfer's people constantly talk about the. I mean, his speed is unmatched. Like his speed is Flash level shit. Like he's stupid fast. The Hulk surprisingly fast. Namor was fast. Overall, I got to give it to the Defenders, um, because here's the thing the Avengers can fight faster people, but the Defenders have they got some speed. Like, dude, Silver Surfer blitzes everybody on this list. Everybody. Doctor Stephen Strange, because of his spells, is not slow. The Hulk can move. Daredevil, even though he, because of his abilities, he can move as well. Luke Cage is not too much of a speed, so Jessica Jones isn't too fast. Iron Fist isn't slow himself, so the Defenders collectively have more raw speed. Even though, of course, you have Captain America and Black Panther, they can move, most definitely. Iron Man is no slow either, but I give the edge to the Defenders, pound for pound. Next up, techniques. Now, this is a hell of a lot closer than it was with Justice League versus the Avengers. Why? Because you have a variety. And that's what Marvel tends to bring more so than DC on average. Okay. Captain America is pretty straightforward. Thor has all of his abilities with his lightning and his different stuff, but he's pretty straightforward for the most part. Ant-Man has a lot of variety with his size manipulation. Wasp with her abilities to sting you and whatnot. Black Panther's pretty straightforward. Sentry has a boatload of abilities. A boatload of abilities that we're not even going to touch in this one. Iron Man has a lot of diversity. Falcon, he's he's got some things, but he's not, too overwhelming with techniques. Namor is pretty straightforward. Doctor Stephen Strange has got a massive arsenal with all his mystical spells. Hulk, he's pretty straightforward. Silver Surfer is got so much that he can bring to the table. It's ridiculous. Luke Cage is straightforward. Daredevil has a lot of innate abilities and a lot of honed skills. Okay. Iron Fist is the same way as Matt in that regard. That Iron Fist is nothing to mess with. That can fuck somebody up. Um, Jessica Jones is pretty straightforward. Overall, I would say they're pretty on par with the edge, maybe slightly to the Defenders, but that's questionable because the Sentries has a hell of a lot. And normally I look at it collectively, but the Sentry has a hell of a lot. We're not bringing in the Void on this one, okay? We're stopping that atrocity from occurring. But the Defenders, I might have to give the slightest of edges in the technique aspect. Now, when it comes to power, here's the thing: it's the Defenders. Period. Sentry is that dude. Thor is that dude. But when you have Doctor Stephen Strange, who can potentially manipulate a universe, you got the Hulk, whose strength is stupid. Strength is stupid. You got the Silver Surfer with the power cosmic. Sorry, but the Defenders got this. They got that in the bag. So overall, I gave the slightest edge to the Avengers when it comes to physical strength, but in every other category, the Defenders take it. Now, when it comes to the defense category, there are once again four different subcategories. We have reaction time, durability, stamina, and agility. When it comes to reaction time, I want to say they're pretty even. They're pretty even because if there was a lot of one-on-one fights, a lot of these characters can fight each other. Even if a character is more powerful, they can react to each other. Um, each side has some people. Falcon and Jessica Jones, I don't consider them having the greatest reaction time, but everybody else on this list, for the most part, got decent. Ant Man is decent. Some of these play, great. Captain America, Black Panther, great. Wasp is, because of her size, she's legit. Thor is tangled with any and everybody. Sentry the same way. Iron Man can move. He's very mobile. Namor is mad underrated when it comes to his. We don't have to talk about Daredevil, arguably the greatest on this list when it comes to reaction time. Luke Cage is pretty okay. The Hulk is surprisingly agile and quick with his movements. Doctor Stephen Strange will react very quickly. He's faced off against cosmic beings. Silver Surfer, we talk about his speed. There's nothing to be talked about there. So, you know, there's that. So yeah, I would get him pretty on par. Um, Durability. That's a tough one. We got the Hulk. We got Thor. The Hulk is slightly more durable than Thor, but still, we got Sentry. Namor's durable. Luke Cage is durable. But, most of these characters are durable, but because of the Sentry and Thor alone, I got to give the edge to the Avengers. And that was the same way with the strength category. You got two of the biggest heavy hitters versus only one when it comes to the Hulk. So, it is what it is there. Everybody else, I mean, you got they're durable, but some of these are not in the right home about. Jessica Jones and Falcon, I ain't right home about them when it comes to their durability. Stamina, I say about even because you got Doctor Stephen Strange, you got the Hulk, you got the Silver Surfer. Namor can go for a long minute. Most of the defenders they can fight for a long while. Luke Cage and them. But the Avengers, they're no slouches either. Sentry, Black Panther, Captain America, Iron Man, they can fight for a long time. So this might be a long drawn out battle, and I don't see either side gassing out earlier. It just depends on who gets taken out beforehand. And it comes to agility. Once again, I think they're about even because I mean you got Iron Fist and you got Daredevil who are creme de la creme. Captain America's no joke. Black Panther's no joke. Wasp is no joke. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of them don't so much necessarily rely on agility, but they can keep up. So overall, I would say that defensively they're about even. React with maybe the slightest edge going to the Avengers, which isn't a shocker because of the durability. In every other category, both sides are pretty much on par or comparative. It's I can nitpick, but that's individuals. It's not collectively as a group. There, and the only reason durability is because I see two powerhouses rather than just one. Um, Doctor Stephen Strange is once again a wild card. You can throw him in there. Silver Surfer can tank as well, but when you're talking about them heavy hitters, Thor and Sentry over the Hulk. And that's just what it is. Now, when it comes to strategy, the third category, we have location, fighting style, and fighting IQ. Okay. Location. Here's the thing. You have some people who can fight in space, some people who can fight underwater, some people, on land. So there's really no definitive difference, especially at the powerhouse level, that would affect here. So I'm not too concerned about location. I don't think that's going to so much matter in this fight. It could, depending on if anybody plays it right, but I don't think these, except for the fact that Doctor Stephen Strange can battlefield remove. Other than that, I don't really see location playing too much of a part here. Fighting style is interesting. Captain America with all his combat techniques, same thing with Black Panther. Iron Man has a hell of a lot of an arsenal. He's a one man army. Um, Wasp and Ant Man present interesting things. Thor is pretty straightforward for the most part. Falcon presents himself. Um, Namor is got so much fucking experience that he can provide so much warfare. Doctor Stephen Strange fights mystically, which the Avengers kind of like the Justice League don't have a direct counter, but I think they're more because of Sentry and Thor are more prone to be able to deal with that mystical problem. Iron Fist, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, mainly hand to hand combat. Uh, Silver Surfer presents, just like Doctor Stephen Strange presents, a boatload of wild card because Silver Surfer, he's got such versatility that is crazy. Coming to fighting IQ, overall, Captain America, fighting genius. Black Panther is damn near that level. But then again, Iron Fist is damn near that level. Daredevil's damn near that level. Namor is nothing to sneeze at. And Luke Cage is a peerless street fighter. Um, Fighting IQ, it's comparable. You can split it. Some can argue that the Avengers have more. Some can argue that the Defenders have more. So they're relatively even on that regard. Overall, I would say both have good to great fighting IQ. A lot of experience, a lot of know-how, and a lot of different versatility that they've come across. Overall, who do I see winning this? It's really tight. Okay. If I were to go, is Ant Man going to be super effective in this fight? No. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think Wasp is going to be that effective. Falcon is going to get on out of there early. Jessica Jones is done. Um, Daredevil and Iron Fist present a problem. And you would say, well, they're not the most powerful. The problem is they are great for a numbers game. They're not getting taken out easily unless the Sentry runs through, which I don't see it happening because the Hulk is dealing with the Sentry. Either the Silver Surfer is dealing with Thor. Silver Surfer has beaten Thor in the past. So what do we have left? We have Sentry and Thor occupied. Okay, and from the Defender side, you still have Doctor Stephen Strange. Doctor Stephen Strange always presents a problem to anybody. Can the Avengers take out Strange? That's the problem. I don't think so. The defenders are too good. Namor versus Captain America. Black Panther, take your pick with Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage. Take your pick. It's going to be long drawn out. The defenders are going to end up with more numbers. And the numbers advantage along with they can deal with Doctor Strange, but the people that would deal with Strange are going to be facing off against the Hulk and Silver Surfer. Now we've seen Worldbreaker Hulk go to a draw against Sentry. Let's say that happens here. Maybe the Hulk is defeated, maybe not. Regardless of the case, Sentry can be done and dealt with by Strange as well. You see what I'm saying? Silver Surfer and Thor, no matter how you split it, who wins that one, Strange is there to cover. The Avengers have a lot of powerful aspects about them. You say, well, what about Iron Man versus Doctor Strange? Yeah, Iron Man's surviving for a while, but he ain't beating Strange. He's not putting them down really. And that's the problem. So overall, because the defenders have enough skill fighters, the numbers, and they have the support of Doctor Strange, I give them the W. Unexpected one, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts. Do you think the Avengers have a way of taking this? Do you think I'm just underestimating Sentry or Thor, Iron Man? Maybe I'm off. But the defenders are damn good, man. The defenders are damn good. They have some of the best fighters in the Marvel Universe. They have some true powerhouses. They were designed to deal with the otherworldly invasions. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace. And any other suggestions? I got a lot more team battles coming. So there's that. All right.